which is basically like Austin now. I mean, Austin is basically like LA now.
No, it's more like San Francisco. Because LA has less species of heroin needles on the sidewalk.
That's not true. You are wrong, sir. I'm going to tell you right now.
San Francisco, Seattle, and
we certainly have a
we got
certainly have that as well. Yeah.
It's so bad, dude. I grew up here, and it's just like I look around, like I can't even afford a house now because everyone's moving here from California.
Yeah.
Like even all the way out to Leander and almost Liberty Hill, which is about 34 miles outside.
For us,
it's still almost 300,000.
For us, 300,000 is ridiculous. For us, I see a house here that's like $600,000. I'm like, that's a $3 million home in any part of Los Angeles.
For sure.
So like, no matter what, that's like a steal. When in fact, the house's real cost probably would have been like $300,000, $400,000 max.
I just hate it.
What happened also too is like
that's also the reason why there's so many
wildfires.
homeless people.
Yeah,
it's because they're getting
all
priced out.
California wildfires that put people out of houses, so they moved here.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about it is, so I'm almost 40 years old. I'm 38.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in high school.
You look good as hell, dude.
Yeah, for that. Right.
That's right.
I remember growing up in high school and people would move here because I grew up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
And so people were moving to California from Dallas a long time ago before they came here.
Right.
And everyone made fun of Texas. It was beer, what's in Texas? Beer, steers, and queers. Yeah. Everyone remember that saying?
Oh, I used to say it. I used to say it.
Beer, steers, and queers. Texas, there ain't nothing. Now, all of a sudden, that everyone decided to vote wrong for 20 years and put their hand on the hot fire. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, wow, this place is nice. I ain't never leaving. It's great.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that burns me about it. Like, it ain't like there's a fence around Texas. You can't move here. If the jobs are coming here, you're going to move.
Yeah.
I get that. That's fine. But at the same time, it's like, I'm old enough to remember when Californians did nothing but make fun of Texas.
Yeah, well, me too.
I mean, California was red back then. Now Texas is going to turn blue.
I hope not.
I don't know, man.
It's going to be interesting to
Well,
see.
I hope not either.
But there's a lot of people moving from California that want away from the circus, too. So they're voting red.
I hope not. I hope that's what I'm saying. They're all moving out here to vote red, as they should.
As they should.
Absolutely.
There's still a large majority.
As they should.
No, they absolutely should.
Statistically speaking, that's all I'm going to say. More Texans, more like generational Texans voted for the Democrat this last time around than Ted Cruz. Except because the new people that are coming into Texas are like, yeah, we're going to vote Republican, and they're over the top, hoorah, when like most Texans are just like, I just want to live and have a regular real estate market.
I just want my gas back for $2.
Exactly, me too.
Ever since Biden got it, $3.
That's what I'm saying, man. Fuck that. He's and he can't even talk.
Do you see that?
I didn't put it down earlier.
Oh, interesting. What's that?
Well, my thing is, if the liberal vote is working, then everyone's not leaving the West Coast and the East Coast to come to the
That's
middle
what
of the
I'm saying.
country.
It's the Democrat-run
We don't have 75-degree weather. We don't have beaches.
The thing people don't realize.
You're coming here because you can unsustainably continue to vote that way and maintain.
But the thing that people don't realize is the liberals in California aren't fucking progressive. They're dog shit. They are worse than the Republicans in fucking Texas. If you're being real. Yeah, they don't give a shit. There's like the reason why there's so much homelessness, and you nailed it when you talked about it, is because of the unfettered growth and the unregulated housing market that's pricing people like yourself and others outside. Now Texas, Texas has unlimited real estate basically, so it doesn't really matter. So you can always like move further and further away.
Yeah, we don't have.
But then a lot of people. But then after a certain point, because California has a fuckload of real estate too, it's a massive state. The problem is,
but who's been running the state for?
You're not going to be able to.
The state was bankrupt the last I know.
That's right.
No, it's not. We had a surplus. We had a $58 billion surplus this time around.
Yeah, but where'd it go?
What do you mean? It's still there. No, we have a $58 billion surplus.
Be honest with us. Right. He's saying that this location in Round Rock has even more stuff.
Yeah, it's a bigger store. Much bigger store. It's a new store. It's a bigger store.
Well, you want to go to a bigger one?
I'll tell you why people. A lot of people are homeless right now. Think about this: if I was an alcoholic, and there was a state or a city that I could move to that abolished DWIs, I'd move there.
Wait, what? They abolished DWIs?
No, I'm saying. Think about it. I'm just using an example. If I was an alcoholic, and I could move somewhere that abolished DWIs, I'd move there. My point to that is that you have a lot of people who want to be able to do drugs. You have people who actually enjoy living in the streets and doing it. And now, hey, when I grew up in Dallas, they saw you shoot up, They pat you down. They put you up against the wall. They pat you down. They take your drugs. They didn't put you in jail like Austin's trying to pretend like they did because they realized that you're not going to be able to pay your way out or do anything. They pat you down and take your drugs. Now in Austin, you shoot up in the middle of the street, throw your needle down, you're good to go.
No, it's
that's a junkie's paradise, sir.
Yeah.
You're not getting patted down and you're not taking your drugs.
No.
You can do it in broad daylight now. You don't have to go in the alley and hide.
No, I know.
And you can have your
All I'm gonna say is,
if that's your mentality of life, that is a paradise. That's like saying that's almost like legalizing crack.
I mean,
because you can now do it in broad daylight on the side.
but the places that have actually decriminalized it, like countries and shit like Portugal, have been able to deal with it a lot better because what you're normally supposed to do is treat addiction like a disease. You don't have any addicts in your family, so instead of criminalizing it and like punishing people that are addicts because they're fucking addicted, what are you gonna do? What you're supposed to do is take them off the streets and get them the help that they need. Put them in a clinic and like allow them to
That's
heal
what
themselves.
they do in San Antonio. They bought all those big houses and they put people in there. And then what they do is they give you like a kind of like a GED program that you can go through and learn a trade. So when you come out of there, not only are you clean and sober, but you have a little bit of a degree that you can go into a job.
100%. That's what you're supposed to do.
But why do you think when you go to San Antonio, there's no homeless people down there? Because they don't want that.
They probably brutal.
They'd rather be in Austin. Where
If
they
you don't see homeless people anywhere, it's probably because cops are beating the shit out of them. Let's be real. Like that's literally it.
Maybe.
Well,
or at least try and push them out of the main section.
yeah, 100%.
Let's hope Texas stays Texas. You know what I mean? I hope so.
He's such a liar. I'm just letting you know he voted for Biden, and he would have done it twice illegally if he could.
Texas will stay Texas. I'll tell you why. Because when it goes too far crazy, there's more lead in this state. We'll spray so much fucking lead in this state. Everyone.
I know.
I'm just waiting for something crazy to happen to where like we have to take it back to where we have to like force people out.
How are you gonna fucking justify voting for Ted fucking Cruz? He's the worst, dude.
I'm not a big Cruz fan.
Yeah, everyone says that, but then they end up voting for him because I mean Beto is not great either, but like
Beto was trash.
But goddamn, Ted Cruz is so whack. Like
I'm not a big Cruz fan.
he's such a fucking lame. You ever see John Brennan's fucking brisket? The one that he made is embarrassing. I'm just saying, like all these like, listen, these are all fucking Yale graduates that fucking are on the debate club, and then they come in here and they wear the fucking snakeskin boots and go, oh yeah, I love Texas, and then half the fucking Republicans vote for him. Even though they're fake as fuck, they don't give a shit. They fly out to Cancun when the fucking power grid is down, and then blame it on their daughters, which is the most cowardly thing you can do.
That's why I love Trump, man. He was so good at just he put America first and did not care if it made you upset. That's what we need, man. That is exactly what it should be. Your feelings does not mean a fucking thing to me. There's a bottom line. You don't go into a store and say, hey, can I buy this belt buckle with my feelings? You buy it with money. He put the money back in the situation. He put that first, and everyone got in their feelings about either anything he tweeted or whatever, which I agree sometimes his tweets were a little, I could live without some of them as well. But what I'm saying is that guy was such a put America first and didn't care.
The only thing I liked about Trump is how much of a catty bitch he was.
I was gonna. Why'd you snitch? I was on his side first.
No, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm not letting you get away. You're like, oh yeah, I hate them.
I was into it. I gotta blend in.
Actually, technically, I kind of like the Californians coming here a little bit because it's kind of like that fat girl syndrome in high school, right? It's like everyone was like, "You're fat, you're ugly." Then, like when she's 25, she's like the hottest thing. And
That's Austin right now.
She only gives you the booty just to remind you of how much you made fun of her. So that's kind of what I view it as. Like I like you guys eating our food and drinking our water because it's a slight reminder of like you guys are dicks. You were dicks, and now you have to eat this food. Now you have to drink our water.
I was a New Yorker. I got no dog in this
I
hunt, but
kind of like it in that respect.
It's just funny because, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, all the things that you know about California is happening in Austin in like mega speed because that's what happens when more development occurs.
So what's the common denominator in that?
What do you think? Liberals?
Leadership.
What? I mean, yeah, but it doesn't matter because ultimately,
if two football teams play the exact same and one doesn't, who do you look at? You look at the coaching. That's a big.
No. Coaching is a massive issue, but the real issue is both sides don't give a fuck about you. That's the whole point.
Well, absolutely.
Liberals don't, Republicans don't, but then Republicans will at least turn around and be like, yeah, I'm gonna tell it like it is, like Donald Trump, and then rob you blind regardless.
Before everyone cared about us, I was able to get a house for $180,000.
Yeah.
Now everyone cares about us, and I have to.
But that's like across the board. That's just the economic reality. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, let's be honest. When you're down through LA, how many guys do you see like me walking around saying, "I just moved here. It's great. I'm never leaving." Because when we piss our bed, we change our sheets and we fix it. We don't just go to the next bed.
Not the power grid, but yes, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? And that's probably more the common folk than the rich people who can. But, like, Texans are a little bit more like we piss our beds, we change our sheets, we fix them.
I mean, Texas is run by a lot of rich folk. I'm just gonna let you know.
It's one of the richest states out there.
Yeah, it's rich folk. It's rich folk who wear belt buckles to make it seem like he's like you working at fucking Cavender's when he's not. He's making $7 million a year. That's why. Remember, what was that fucking oil dude? There's like an oil baron who did not want to have a fracking well in his backyard, and he petitioned his local government not to make sure that he didn't fucking ruin his own, you know.
I still don't really like fracking, but the pipeline was great. We should.
He didn't want fracking in his own backyard. Why? Because he doesn't give a fuck if it's fracking in a poor person's backyard. He just doesn't want it on his own.
Well, it's no different than like Mayor Adler here. He don't want the homeless people around his neighborhoods, and they don't want them on the state capitol lawn, but everyone else's house is okay.
I think they had a really interesting initiative in Austin originally with like putting homeless people into hotels.
They're trying.
That was great. It's like hotels were empty. It makes fucking sense.
They bought a few of them, but they just haven't gone through with that too long. Because they knew on this next vote that Texans were going to vote against it. So now that we reversed the camping ban, they do have to find somewhere for them to go.
The camping shit is so stupid. We do it in LA too. It's really dumb. They need shelters. They don't need fucking an area to camp.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody wants to fucking live in a camp.
Ahora?
Anyway.
Pronto? Ahora?
Unless you're one of those like granola liberals.
Hey, walk over here.
Oh no, I don't think so. It may be Will's. Are you sure?
With the hat. That's the.
No. We're vaccinated.
I know, that's what I mean. CDC says it's fine. So
Yeah,
it's fine.
CDC says it's fine. It's okay. You can take it off. You're vaccinated, right?
I can't breathe with this thing on.
Almost got it.
You got it.
Almost got it.
Oh, we're almost there.
You want me to do it?
You got it.
I got it.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Pick up the mask. You're vaccinated.
Yeah, you want to touch it?
Lick it.
I haven't got the China virus this long.
China virus. Okay. All right. We got this.
I know you've heard it called.
Oh, I know. I have.
Came from the Wuhan lab.
Yeah.
Level 4 lockdown.
That's right. It was yeah.
And gave it to the whole family.
Are you gonna get vaccinated? Yeah, I don't.
I'm fucking super bad. I don't give a shit. Hell yeah, dude. Give me that.
For a disease that has a 99 point. So this is my weekend job. You know what I do Monday through Friday? I work for the Texas State Health Department.
Okay.
So
What? What do you do for things? I mean,
finance. I pay all the bills.
oh, okay.
So all the medical and all the like hazards. So water damage, flooding, hurricane damage, all that stuff. Basically all the bills that come through on state funds and federal funds.
Okay. And you don't want to take the vaccine, you don't believe in it? Or do you just think it's
It's not
like,
that I don't believe in it. I just don't. I don't take the flu shot. Never really had the flu. Don't really get the flu shot. And as far as COVID, I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, if you have underlying health condition issues, that's cool, but it still has a 99.9